What's up everyone, Jammy here back again with some more WWE Champions gameplay, and today we're going to be taking a look at Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgement Day, now that she is without her 99 MP boost. So we're going to take a look at a couple of movesets and see just what kind of power we can get out of her. So quick look at the poster for Raquel. So she is a modern era trickster and defensive style. Trainer ability at 35k, moves and gems that cause bleed will do 75% more bleed damage, and that black moves will start with 2 more MP. And then links, so she has the raw link for 1 more MP, she has the Judgement Day link for any colours that start with 4 more MP, and the modern era link for gems that do 5% more damage, and she just has the base set of gear. Okay, so first build we're going to do for Raquel then is going to be this double black and purple finisher setup. So we're going to have the running clothesline, which deals 530,000 damage and chooses 8 gems to make into purples. The Tejana bomb, so you deal 1,000,000 damage plus an additional 200,000 bonus damage for every botch gem. And then the finisher section of it, as it is a double move, deal an additional 1,000,000 damage and choose a 2x7 area to swap into black gems and pin the opponent. And finally, down the bottom we have the Fall Away Slam, which deals just shy of 550,000 damage, and choose a 5x7 area to make into botch gems. The entourage for this setup, so we are running this based on tour with full perks. So we have Carmelo Hayes for a black and purple MP, both start with an additional 4. We have Liv Morgan, that's the tech Liv Morgan, for purple MP, starts with 2 more, and black gems do 50% more damage. We have got Zombie Liv Morgan for black gems do 30% more damage, as well as immobile gems doing 60% more, although that is null and void in this build. And we also have JD McDonough for an additional 40% to our black gem damage, and the column break gem generation is also null and void in this. So that is our setup in terms of the entourage. Our strap for Raquel, we have a 100% strap on Raquel, well, that's gem damage, and we are also running a full set of Fury 3 medals, aiming for as much black gem damage as possible. So we currently have an additional 300%, but that is also including this, which is the Botch Slapped 8th anniversary basic plate. So when you make 8 or more botch gems, you make 8 random gems into multiple gems of strength 8. So basis of it is that when we make this set of 5x7 botches, we will also make 8 gems into multiplies. So what we are going to do is we are going to head out on the road, and we are going out against good old Jade Cargill, who is always our go-to for the females on the road. So let's get into a match with Jade and see what Raquel can do. Alright, so we are into this match then, and first thing we're going to look to do is hit this Fall Away Slam and make our area of black gems. Now, me personally, the first thing I look for is our third columns here, one out from the center, to see if we have any blacks in any of these, which in this case we don't. So we're just going to simply chuck these down there. And then this makes our multiplies thanks to the plate. So black gems doing 185,000 damage there, and our multiplied ones doing at 1.48 million. So obviously what we're going to look to do is hit this. We would do an additional chunk of damage for every one of those botch gems. That was about 10 mil, and then we change all of those multis into black gems, get a little bit of cascade, and that was 28 million. And because we have most of a board full of botch gems, there's a very good chance that your opponent is not going to kick out. So that is a very nice little setup there, I think, for Raquel. Not high damage, but definitely good. damage, and with all the botches on the board, potential to avoid the kick out. So, good start for Raquel. We're going to move on to our next moveset. Okay, so moveset number 2, and a slight variation on the last one. We've swapped 2 moves out, and we now have these 2 new purple moves in. So first one is the Power Bomb. Is a finisher. Deal 1.89 million damage and decrease your Juggernaut gems by 2. And then pin the opponent. And the second one is the Jumping Splash, which creates 8 random 2-turn Juggernaut gems that will steal nearly 950,000 health on every countdown turn, and make 7 random gems into black gems at the end of the countdown. And this is also a reversal, so if your opponent generates leech gems, then you will steal all of their leech gems. Other than that, Fall Away Slam stays in for the botches. Entourage, no change in that, and the strap also stays as is. So once again, out on the road against Jade Cargill, and we'll see if this is any better. Okay, back out against Jade then. So we're going to start this one the same way we started the first, with laying out the botches. Doesn't matter which way round we do it. And once again, that generates our multiplies, and this is where we have a little bit more risk because we are generating 8 random Juggernaut gems, and unfortunately there is not enough space for all of them. So you are going to find that they will overwrite some gems, and the biggest risk for us is how many of these multiplies they overwrite. Luckily in this case they've only overwritten 1, but obviously there is a risk that it could do more. And then we will hit the finisher. It will steal health, does about 6 million damage, steals health, so we're about 15, and then turns the entire board into black, which did just show it about 32.5 million. And obviously that is going to put Jade down in this instance. I'd say the one risk is if you run this in something like Feud or Showdown against someone who is running a full set of Fury 3s. I don't think that would be enough to put them down, and obviously having wiped out all of your botch gems as well, yeah, I think that moveset probably puts you more at risk of being kicked out of. But yeah, still decent damage. But for me, I still think the first moveset is better at the moment. But yeah, so we have one more moveset to go and take a look at, so let's get started on that. Okay, and on to our third and final moveset, and this is going to be all change, and we're going to be going to our triple yellow moveset. So, first move is the chokehold submission. Generate 9 random submission gems and do 520,000 damage for 3 turns while sub gems are on the board. And any remaining sub gems will turn into leech gems of 473,000 strength. Second move is the Snap Suplex, which deals 473,000 damage and makes 34 random gems into yellow gems. It's also a hardcore move, so if your opponent is a technician, you will first deal 473,000 damage, plus an additional 236,000 bonus damage for every trap gem on the board. And finally is the Corkscrew Elbow, so deal 523,000 damage and make 34 random gems into trap gems, which, whether broken by you or by your opponent, each trap gem will steal 165,000 health from your opponent. Entourage for this setup, again it's all change. We have Michelle McCool. So moves and gems which steal health will steal 50% more, as well as yellow moves start 2 more MP. Yeah, we've got John Cena. For yellow gems do 45% more damage, and yellow moves start with 2 more MP. We have Shinsuke Nakamura. So moves and gems that steal health will steal 100% more. And the Great Muta, so yellow gems do 30% more damage and yellow moves do 30% more damage. and into the strap. So again, we'll change on this. We are still a full set of Fury 3s, but we are looking at yellow gem damage this time, so 324%. And we've changed the basic plate from, it's still the anniversary plate, but it's now the trap plate instead of the botch. So same basis, just when you generate trap gems instead of botches. So we are gonna hop out one last time onto the road against Jade Cargill and see what we can do with this moveset. Okay, so on the road one last time against Jade Cargill, and this time with the triple yellow setup. So we are going to run the corkscrew elbow first and lay out our traps. And laying out the traps will set off our anniversary plate and give us 8 multiplies on the board. And then we hit the snap suplex to make 34 randoms into yellow gems and hope for a little bit of RNG favour here. Obviously the more of these multis we can break, the better. And the more matches we get, the better. So that was 36 million, and that's one of the better hits I've had so far. I've been anything from 31 mil up to 36 now. But yeah, decent moveset. But again, at 36 million, for me, you still leave yourself open to a stronger opponent with better medals on their strap to potentially being kicked out of. So yeah, it's still good damage, but I think for me the best moveset of the 3 is still the first, but obviously it is entirely up to you. They're all fairly similar in terms of overall damage there, so 3 potential options to run Raquel with now that she is post 99 MP. But otherwise, that is going to be it for this video. So I appreciate everybody watching. I hope this helps if you are considering taking Raquel to 6-star gold. And obviously, as I didn't mention at the start, but bearing in mind she does also have 1 hollow star, so that if you can get that filled, that will also give you a little bit extra damage. But otherwise, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. All of the good stuff, and keep jamming. And have a nice day.